Have you tried box breathing and found that you didn't like it? Maybe it just didn't work for you, or maybe it even made you feel more anxious with trying to do those breath holds. Well, I have an alternative breathing, a yoga pranayama for you to practice today that will help. Hi, I'm Dr. Beth. I am both a yoga teacher and a licensed clinical psychologist. As a therapist, I see people practicing breathing practices all the time for anxiety, and yet they don't really know how to match the type of breathing to what individuals need. And so that's what I'm here to talk to you more about today. So, for breath practices, which are also called pranayama in yoga, there are different ways to do the practice. Now, breath holds can be especially difficult for people who are anxious or even people with certain medical conditions, people who are pregnant. Breath holds sometimes do not feel good and are not helpful, even though box breathing is a great technique overall. So what we're going to do today is something called sama vitri. Sama simply meaning same, vitri meaning movement. So we'll do the same movement of the breath. We'll simply observe an equal inhale and equal exhale. And then we're going to focus on the exhale part of the breath. That's the part of the breath that's called rachaka in Sanskrit. The exhale portion of the breath is particularly important when we're talking about mental health. The exhale portion is what stimulates our vagus system. If you've heard about doing a nervous system reset, that's your vagal system. When we want to stimulate that system in order to stimulate the particular part of our nervous system called the parasympathetic nervous system, the PSNS, which is our rest and digest, the complete opposite of our fight, flight, or freeze system. So we'll be doing a portion of this breathing in the chair, and then stay tuned because we'll also practice lying on the mat if you prefer that option. Ready? Find a comfortable seat in a chair on the floor, and we'll begin together. All right, once you have your comfortable seat, press your hands together. We are going to use the feeling of our hands, the movement of our hands to help us feel the breath, to observe and notice the breath. So with your hands pressed together at center, simply breathe in and out a few times with your own natural pace. You're not trying to take a deep breath. You're not trying to do anything differently. You're finding your own natural rhythm. And keeping your own rhythm, take a breath in with your hands pressed together. And as you exhale, press your hands out. As soon as you feel the inhale, press your hands together. And as you exhale, press the hands out. Simply feeling how this feels to breathe while moving your hands, not following me, so you don't have to go at my pace. You're finding your own pace. You can think about gathering in the breath as you press your hands in, pushing out, or letting the breath gently go as you press your hands out. And then pause for a moment. Sometimes it happens that even just observing the breath makes us feel anxious, so anytime you need to pause, you go ahead and pause. If this is feeling okay, now we're going to try to make that even breath in, even breath out. I'm going to count. You don't have to. You just want your in-breath and your out-breath to be about the same pace. I'm going to use a 4 count. You can use a 2 count or a 3 count or whatever works for you. Starting by pressing the hands together, this is where we take our breath in. So I'll breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. And then pause again. Obviously, keep breathing. Just notice how difficult that was for you, how accessible that was for you. If it felt pretty accessible, we're going to move to starting to extend the out breath. If that already felt really challenging, staying with your observation of an even breath in, even breath out, that samavitri, is a really good place to practice. And after a little while, hopefully will still help you start to feel more relaxed into your nervous system and calmer. If you're ready to expand and add the exhale or the longer exhale, we're going to do a ratio breath. So you'll notice me adding on a little bit at a time. It goes like this. I'm going to start in the same way and I'll use that 4 count again. So breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, back in. When I go out on that 5, I'm actually pushing my hands a little further apart, moving more slowly with my hands to slow down the exhale. Now I'm going to go down up to a count of 6. So after the breath in, next out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, one more, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let's pause again. Last part we'll do seated. Ideally, or really to get the most benefits of an extended exhale, we want it to be about twice as long as the inhale. Now, if when you start adding just 1 or 2 beats is enough for you, great, start there. If again, you're still feeling comfortable and able to continue with me, let's practice the exhale twice as long as the inhale. So you might be doing a 3-6 pattern. I'm going to be continuing my 4, this time 8 pattern. All right, we start with the hands together. The hands are optional. I just like how it helps me feel that physical slowing down. So we'll start here, and I like to look at my hands as I do this. In, 2, 3, 4. Slow out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, in, 2, 3, 4, slow out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then without counting, or count in your head. One more round. Let's pause again here. The pauses are important to observe the effects of the practice on our bodies. So we really want to know, is this practice helping us? And of course, it might take a while before it's helpful. You might have to practice for 1 minute and then later for 2 or 3 minutes. It's best to start when you're not overly anxious, so practicing it when you feel calm so you get the hang of it. And that's the advantage of practicing it lying down. You could practice it when you get up in the morning if you're not yet feeling anxious. It's a good time to try to do it then. So you can stop the video here if you want to continue practicing on your own, or join me on the floor and we'll again see how this feels to do some breathing and some movement together. Okay, so here we are on the floor. You can be on a yoga mat like I am. You can be lying on a bed or a couch, whichever is comfortable for you. I do have a little blanket under my head. Feel free to have head support or support for any part of your body that needs it. We'll do something very similar to what we did seated. This time we'll use the movement of our legs to notice and observe the movement of our breath. So from here, bring both knees in toward your chest, hands on the tops of the knees. Let your arms extend to naturally straight or straightness so that your knees are over your hips. I have my legs together. They can be wide, that's fine. Now remember how we pressed our hands together seated. This is going to be our starting point for our breath in. And then on our exhale, we'll gently pull the knees to the chest as if we're helping the air move out of the body. So first few times you do it with your own natural rhythm, not trying to make any changes or to force anything. Just sort of noticing, picking up the breath observation, and most importantly, making the connection between mind and body. As soon as we start to do that, that in and of itself can help with anxiety and stress because it moves us from overthinking and all the chaos of our heads and gets us into our bodies. Okay, now we're going to, after your next exhale, start to practice that Samavitri, same length inhale and exhale. This time I'll do it to a 3 count just to show something a little different. So starting here with the inhale, in, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3. Gentle movement of your knees in and out each time, finding a rhythm. Knowing your rhythm might be simply to the count of 2, or it might be longer. If you want to kind of ballpark it and not count, that's fine also. It doesn't have to be exact. All right, last exhale at the rhythm count. And now when I breathe into 3, in, 2, 3, I'm going to slow down the exhale, exhale, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Again, in, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Let's take the feet to the ground. Pause for a moment here. Perhaps place your hands somewhere where you can feel the breath. I like to go over the lower ribs. These short practices that we're doing together might not be long enough to start noticing anything, but they're an instruction, a skill that you can learn further on your own. Just like I said, you didn't have to use the arms, you don't have to use the legs if you prefer to do the breathing without the legs. If you're still with me, we'll add on a little more going up to that double count of exhale to inhale. I'll stay with the 3 ratios. I'll be doing a 3-6 count. 3 breaths in, or 3 counts in for the inhale, 6 for the exhale. So starting here with the knees away from me, inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you're looking at me, hopefully you can see that the movement of my arms and legs is slowing down on the exhales. My breath slows. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I can go back to inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So continue with your own ratio, with your exhales being double the length of your inhales. For any time you start to feel that this becomes more challenging, the breath feels restricted in any way, you can always go back to your even breath in, even breath out. So no need to switch to the ratio. It works better for you to keep the breath observation with the same pace. Let's do one more. Breathe in. And if you'd like on this last exhale, you could blow it out, taking a long exhale through the mouth. And take your feet down. Once again, take a few moments to observe the effects of your effort, the effects of your practice. So I hope you found that practice to be helpful. You can do pranayama with no breath holds required. Now you can try box breathing. I have videos on that. If you want to focus on other types of meditation, like body scan, you can try that. I have plenty of other videos to help with anxiety. Take good care of yourself and thank you for being here today. I appreciate you.